I love a good anti-hero story as much as the next guy. There's plenty of stories that I like with gray characters, plenty of stories with a tad bit of nihilism, stories where you don't have clearly defined good guys and even clearly defined bad guys. But it's 2026 and we've had a lot of these type of stories over the past decade, and sometimes, especially living in today's world where there seems to be so much hopelessness, we have societal institutions that are breaking down, tribalism is aiming to split families and friends apart, sometimes we could use a hero. It could just be subjective in my viewpoint of the world, but it really seems more and more of us are craving hope these days, are craving optimism. Exhibit A. I wasn't the biggest fan of the 2025 James Gunn Superman, directed by James Gunn. I liked it enough as just a regular popcorn flick. However, I have to say my favorite part of the movie, and most of the reason that I don't think it's terrible probably, is the unapologetic, hopeful take on Clark Kent, aka Superman, had on the world. He was chipper, kind, hopeful, and without a doubt believed in the goodness of people. His flaw being that he could even be a little bit naive at times. It's a far cry from the dark and bleak Zack Snyder version of the character, regardless of the quality of those movies, and especially regardless of Henry Cavill's potential in that role, because we all know he could have been the perfect Superman. But the 2025's film character sought to inspire humanity, sought to do good and be good. Exhibit B. Next we have what I still think even a month after it's ended is my favorite show of the 2020s, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Technically it's a prequel to Game of Thrones. It's a journey set in Westeros decades prior to the War of the Five Kings. But unlike Game of Thrones and the other prequel show, House of the Dragon, this isn't a grand epic about warring kings, queens, lords, ladies. There are no dragons, there's no giants. It's just the tale of one hedge knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and his trusty Squire Egg. They're at a tournament over the course of a few days, and Sir Dunk is challenged not to climb to the top of the ruling class of the entire land, but is challenged to maintain his dignity, his honor, his morals, and to seek out who he truly is and what the title of knight means to him. He seeks to protect the innocent and do what is right. He's a lowborn man with no birthright, no secret heritage. He has flaws and makes mistakes, mostly because he's a little slow-witted and he's also naive like Superman. These flaws are what I think keep him from becoming a Mary Sue or a Gary Stu, but he also aims to be kind and just. This is the hero most of us aim to be, and I'm convinced it's a large reason this show has been successful. Exhibit B.2, B.A, Exhibit B the second. On the topic of knights, also remember that the best game of the year, no, not Expedition 33, the best game of the year last year was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'm still working on a video essay about this. It's very long in the works. It was a journey about Henry of Skalitz, another lowborn, who's usually trying to do what is right. Now, it's a video game, so sometimes you can choose to do what is wrong as well. But somebody going on a journey to honor his birth father and the father that raised him, along with helping out his friends Hans Capon. Alright, it's an amazing game. You should play it. Exhibit C, Project Hail Mary. Just such an amazing movie and also a really amazing book. I actually rated the book a little bit lower than the movie. I prefer the movie. And I was gonna do a review of the book, whatever I read it last year, but I'm so slow at making videos, you didn't get it, and so I apologize. But you remember The Martian? This one is written by the same author, Andy Weir, and it has the most hopeful, optimistic, and humane takes on spacefaring I've ever seen. The same way that The Martian is a story about the entire Earth working to save one man, Project Hail Mary is about one man trying to save the entire Earth. And it's fun, humor-filled, optimistic, hopeful, and both The Martian and Project Hail Mary have the same premise that most people are good and willing to work together to help out their fellow man. So there's 3 pieces of media that are evidence, but it isn't just in media either. A few months ago, most of us saw Punch the Monkey getting bullied and were ready to don armor, hop on a plane, and fly to Japan to go and fight in his name. But why? Is one of the most encouraging clips I've ever seen. And it's not just because a penguin was trying to make it to the mountains, but because he was willing to try. The world seems dark sometimes. Maybe the news, maybe social media, maybe it is getting darker, but that doesn't mean that we have to as well. We shouldn't aim to be naive or Pollyanna ourselves. However, being optimistic about the future and our role in the world can give us hope and motivation to continue to be like those heroes we watch on the screen. We can be these heroes in our own journey and in our own way, usually minus the sword fights and interdimensional space travels, but it's not only okay to be hopeful and optimistic, but if you're genuine in these feelings, it's a good thing. The doomerist, pessimistic takes of previous generations don't have to infect us as well. All we have to do next is follow up that hope and optimism with positive action. To follow it up and do what is right the next time that you face some sort of trial in your life, or your character or morals are challenged. The world seems dark sometimes, but you are here to help save it. Hey, this is Hipster GW, Hipster George Washington. If you like this video, give a like and subscribe. Stay tuned for future reviews on video games, movies, maybe books, and video essays coming up in the near future.